What food or drink sucks even if most people won't admit it? Brondo. Only idiots would drink that stuff. Circus peanuts. It's like eating gum that isn't chewy but instead turns to sand when bitten into. With artificial banana flavoring, but it's orange? Honestly, cotton candy is not that great. It's sticky. It pretty much has no flavor besides sweet, and it turns your mouth colors. I would much rather eat ice cream or something. Beer. I swear to God IDK why people insist it's like the most refreshing thing to drink. Nothing like a cold beer on a summer's day. Breach I just need a water. And I am not talking alcohol. I drink mostly liquor. But my dad is just obsessed with beer and I just don't get it. Y'all ain't playing right. It says. Even if most people won't admit it. But then you are listing things that most people would agree is gross. SMH. But I have to throw this out there, because even though I cannot believe someone thought this was a good idea, the entire bag disappeared at our lake house this year so everyone else but me seemed to like them. The new Oreos with Pop Rocks in them. WTF. And I didn't know until it was in my mouth. Just thought they were red, white and blue. For the Olympics, but normal flavored. I didn't expect fireworks in my mouth, and somehow it was worse that they weren't flavored. No, just no. They need a much bigger warning label. The healthy version of things. I don't mean actual healthy food but the things that are all here as some ice cream with all the joy, soul, deliciousness, and sugar removed. Play-Doh. Any food that pretends to be another food. It's never good. I have friends that act like they can't tell the difference between rice and cauliflower rice and I know it's make-believe. There is no way they can't taste the difference. I'm like this with almost any substitute. Just call it what it is and roll with it because I'm skeptical of all of them at this point. Anything with stevia in it. I was doing keto and tried doing the stevia sweetener for the occasional treat. Yeah, sure things tasted sweet but then there's this soapy artificial taste that I have never been able to get used to. Blah. Edit. Holy crap, I guess I hit a nerve. Thanks for the awards. I dunno what they do. For what it's worth, all artificial sweeteners taste awful to me, but stevia is the worst of them all. I get headaches and an itchy tongue from some of the others like erythritol. I think people are starting to figure this out but red delicious apples. They are bitter, mealy textured garbage and the worst tasting apple. Most American milk chocolate candies. The chocolate is so low quality and packed full of sugar it doesn't even taste like chocolate anymore. Vegan cheese. My girlfriend is vegan and it sucks like 90% of the time. We mostly just use some kind of substitute if we're sharing a meal. Edit. Now my GF wants to try all these suggestions and I have to continue to eat vegan cheese. Thanks a lot guys. For me, anything that is sugar-free or a sugar substitute. Whatever sweetener they use has a really awful taste to me and no matter how much a person swears I won't be able to taste the difference. I can and it's always awful. Also anything with red food coloring. Any cake with red frosting or red velvet cake just tastes like dye to me. I thought red velvet cake was supposed to be colored with beets. But every time I've been forced to try it, it's always tasted extremely bitter because of the dye. I also hate it because I'm lactose intolerant and cream cheese frosting gives me diarrhea. Fondant. Gluten-free bread. SpaghettiOs. I must have been delusional as a kid. Sunny Delight is and has always been tangy battery acid. Alcohol. If it didn't get you drunk I really can't imagine it'd be that popular on taste alone. IPAs. I'm sure there are plenty of people that genuinely like them. But God forbid you say you don't like IPAs. They are gross to me, and I love beer, wine, alcohol. Turkish Delight was not worth 3 human lives. Edit. I live in America so maybe it tastes better in Europe but I don't live there and I'm not about to make it by hand right now at least. I used to think, having learned what goes into it, that classic, soft serve ice cream, was the most horrible food adjacent thing. I recently got an orange cream shake at Arby's. I don't know what goes in it. But I can tell you this, it doesn't melt, it just sort of separates and hardens into something resembling Play-Doh. Jack Daniels. It's obviously a popular whiskey but it's honestly frocking awful. Edit. Even with Coke or any other mixer I think is still a bit rough. Durian. Visiting Singapore and there's this long line for durian ice cream. Waited an hour and my mom said it tasted like garlic. Greater than. Red delicious apples. They're red, sure, but they are not delicious. Edit. Seems like Fuji and Honeycrisp are favorites. Guess I'll have to find a Honeycrisp apple and give it a try sometime. Edit 2. Adding Pink Lady apples as well to the list. And Galas and Envy. Edit 3. Till Reddit has very strong opinions about apples. Food so spicy you can't actually taste it. Starbucks. Always tastes burnt. Cum.